Found family is one of the most popular tropes in shonen anime. The power of friendship is what gets memed, but the found family core of these shonen series are such a massive selling point when it comes to getting invested in the characters. One of the reasons I love One Piece is because I feel like I'm a member of the crew, or that if I lived in the world of One Piece, I would be able to join the crew myself. This is pretty much the same for a lot of the long-running shonen series like Black Clover, Naruto, and My Hero. They all have found family at their core. So found family is all over shonen and the young adult market in general. One reason I think that found family narratives have so much impact is because of how individualized they feel. You are making friends based on who you actually are, not necessarily by circumstances of your birth. It doesn't matter who your guardians are or how much influence they have, but to make relationships as strong as these ones, you'll need to have more than that. The idea of how important found family is and how found family is so dominant in Shonen Jump is really what makes Spy Family so interesting. Spy Family is the purest example of a found family narrative. Obviously, it comes with the title Spy Family, but the entire structure of the series is meant to interrogate the trope. Spy Family's main character, Lloyd, is one of the greatest spies in the entire world. Lloyd has a new challenge to infiltrate the top of the political landscape so he can stop a war from starting. The stakes here are astronomically high. If a war starts, then thousands could be killed. But it also ends up being humorous, because the only way to get close to the political leader is by creating a fake family to enroll in the best school in the area. The political leader being a very private person who has a child enrolled in the school. So Lloyd has to find a fake wife and kid so the kid can enroll in school. He must find a family. One of the major selling points of the series has been how wholesome it is overall. That is a major factor in its success, our characters learning how to navigate being a part of a family when they are all used to being on their own. Every time one of the characters shows compassion for another, it is like a wholesomeness overload. But I think there is more to Spy Family than just that, but how it understands and explores the found family narrative more than its peers in Shonen Jump and Shonen Jump Plus. Spy Family doesn't use found family as a metaphor to power up its characters, but as a genuine backbone of the series. The plot focuses on stopping the war, but our emotional investment is centered fully on this fake found family becoming a real one and the value in that. With the series framed in this way, that found family is the entire focus of the show, it doesn't have to lean on the many conventions that often come along with this trope. Take, for example, in the 4th episode, when Lloyd takes out his frustration and loses his control, when Anya, his daughter, is being attacked by an interviewer to get into school. This is a moment that we have seen so many times before. Someone close to our main character has been disrespected, so our main character puts themselves in a worse position by losing control of their emotions. But here, it's just an outgrowth of our character's growing relationship. He knew this wasn't the way to react, but he does so anyway because of his growing compassion. Lloyd is learning how to be with others because his spy life has kept him so isolated. If I had to think of one of the worst people to be trusted in a parental role, it might just be a world-class spy who has been isolated from relationships. Lloyd is used to faking who he is and not getting wrapped up in the role to the point where he has a disadvantage. But here he starts to lose control because of how much he cares for Anya. Now I think would be a good time to mention that Anya and Yor are not just normal people either. Anya has the power to read minds, and Yor is a world-class assassin. So all in all, that makes this found family absolutely nuts. Many of the situations that our characters find themselves in push on the idea of found family, and will these people who actually don't know anything about each other be able to break down their walls and acknowledge that having people they care for will help them and make things easier? One of the most frustrating aspects for many of us when it comes to the found family trope is when it feels like a crutch for good drama in storytelling. It can be easy to say a character can overcome their fear because they love their friend so much and don't want that friend to die. If not handled with the proper care, it can feel like the weight of the moment gets undercut with such an easy answer. Like we have been presented with an equation so long and complex, but the answer was something simple. Spy Family gets around this in a few ways. Like I mentioned earlier, Lloyd is the worst person for the job, and really all of these characters are not people who would easily thrive in this kind of environment. Because of that, their acceptance of one another is essential for their growth. It is not a trait they already have. So when moments like the one I talked about earlier happen, it feels earned and even surprising versus tired and cliche. The positioning of Spy Family is what makes these tropes work and makes the narrative satisfying. There are really two main ways that Spy Family is able to satisfy its promise to the audience. The first is by watching all of their characters use their unique skills, aka Lloyd doing cool spy stuff, crossed with them having moments for caring for one another. When Spy Family is at its best, it combines both of them, making so many moments satisfying to watch, even if we knew they were coming a mile away. That is one of the main differences between how Spy Family leverages found family versus these battle series. It is essential to the character growth. When I watch Fairy Tail, which is at the center of the friendship memes, there are many moments that would be more satisfying if the solution wasn't interconnected with found family elements, but with the complex magic systems or personal strength of each fighter. Spy Family doesn't have this issue. In fact, I think the entire structure is meant to pull focus to the found family aspect and explore why it's so important. Spy Family is a good case study into the cliche. Something becomes cliche when it's a substitute for strong storytelling. Spy Family is focused, and because of that, a lot of the tropes that feel like they should be cliche just work. A lot of writers argue that any cliche can be done well, and Spy Family is the perfect example of that. It is the perfect found family narrative for how it leverages the trope into an essential part of the character growth and the key reason why the series is so satisfying to watch. I have had an amazing time watching Spy Family these last couple weeks, and this is a large part, due to the respect it has given the found family trope, giving us all a new perspective on something that we thought was so stale. Thank you for watching this video. If you're new to the channel, please check out my other anime video essays and be on the lookout for more videos to come soon. In addition, I've started to make a lot of anime shorts, so you can check those out as well. If you want to keep up with what series I'm watching and get some quick hot takes, follow me on Twitter at AnnieEssays. So thank you again for watching, and I hope I will see you in the next one.